Namaste. So I was just watching one of Magenta Pixie's videos. It was posted about 3 months ago, and it was about how the bifurcation, or the two Earths, is a 5D chess game. And that's true from a certain perspective, okay? However, I don't think it's true from the absolute perspective, or the ultimate perspective, or the light's perspective, to be honest. I believe that's actually the dark side. Not that I believe Magenta in any way is service to self or anything like that. That's definitely not the case. What I'm saying is perhaps this one viewpoint is just not in total in alignment, and all of us still have those, okay? So I don't mean to criticize. But what I am trying to say is the belief that we're fighting the dark side here, because what she was talking about is the dark side's, the Cabal's plans to cause shortages of supplies and security, root chakra shortages, she called it, okay? Base chakra shortages, things that would cause you to feel a threat to your survival. And she was responding to people saying, I thought you had said the light had won, because she had obviously said that, and she's right. The light has won. As of 2012, to be honest, the light had won. The harvest was decided. The numbers are not completely set in, but it's already happened. Gaia is a fourth density planet. It's just all the people have not moved into that density yet, that are going to move into that density. But so she was saying, well, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying it's the dark side's intent, because people were saying, well, if the light won. So first of all, the light winning does not mean that the dark side all vanishes, and that their free will to create darkness and domination and control, their free will to follow the service to self path, is not valid and will not be respected. Some limitations have been placed upon the dark side with divine dispensations, and those will prevent certain things like destruction of the planet, things like that. And since then it has been decided, because Gaia has already shifted, okay? So the belief that we're fighting a chess game, right, for the fate of the Earth, and that to prevent these things from happening, whether they make the vaccine, and whether they hurt people, whether they poison people, depopulation agendas, whether they cause shortages, economic crisis, anything the dark side could do to cause strife on the planet, okay? And I don't actually believe that's the case, because both Earths exist, see, for a time being. Until all the third density souls are gone, or enough that there's no cohesion left, then that world will exist in the lower fourth dimension. The third density world that most humans are in, which exists in the lower astral now, it's no longer in the third dimension, because it's not the old Earth as of 2012. That's it. It was done. The world ended, just like they said. We moved into a facsimile copy, okay? As we shifted up, we started to create the new Earth and the upper fourth density, and I believe it will be actually completely in the fifth dimension. I know that to be the case. So the fourth density Earth that exists in the fifth dimension is there. The only thing is, because there are not many people yet fully there, it is not cohesive yet. When there are many of us openly there, spending the majority of our time in that vibrational state, because you'll still be in the same place as far as you're concerned, although it may look completely different, it may feel completely different, and all the rules may be different, you'll still recognize it as Earth, okay? So understand, you have already been there. If you are awakening, you've been to the fifth dimension. Whether it's in dreams or whether it's in moments, you're going there. Whether you spend hours or days, you're going there. We're all moving back and forth between these two worlds. So some of us barely have interaction with the third density world, except when we get pulled into stories or interactions with third density people, even watching media about what's happening in the third density world. For that moment, we are there, connected to that consciousness, somewhat. See, understand, we are all connected to this experience in one unified consciousness. Whether you're on the polarity of service to self or service to others, you're still connected. So even those third density beings that are completely like having no experience of upper vibrational realities, who are completely lost in their patterns and cannot be honest with themselves about anything, even those people still have some awareness of the fifth dimensional reality that we are starting to have awareness of. Some, even if it's on a subconscious level, because they are connected to us. So our elevation of consciousness, or our evolution of consciousness, however you want to look at it, has affected them. And in fact, the whole average consciousness has risen. The whole vibration has risen. You know, so everyone's getting pulled somewhat. You know, it's just some of them, the souls at this point, because we've all been getting these opportunities to join the light. We've all been getting these opportunities to be honest, to let go of control, let go of old patterns. Those that continuously do not do that, it's going to get harder and harder to do so, because the dark side is still there in their third density world, creating illusions, and they're trying really hard right now to trap whoever they can. So those that are not getting free, it's getting harder and harder for them to get free. Those that are waking up, it's getting harder and harder to get caught. So at this point, basically, the souls that have soul fragments here, I mean the actual souls back home in the seventh dimension or higher, that are viewing the soul fragments here, not making the choice to surrender to the higher self, to seek the truth, you know, or they're only doing it with 1% of their being, with 1% of their time or something, and failing all the other times. They're probably making the decision, those higher selves are making the decision right now, that they do not have the soul cohesion, the cohesion of identity, of their being, of who they really are, of their true self, to make it through the portal, to make it through the veil into the fifth dimension. And so they're going to have to repeat, and then they're going to get an exit. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. And if anyone does know Magenta, because that's why I started this whole thing, this whole response, you pass it on, and hopefully it helps clarify something for anyone else. Also, I'm just going to call the winner. You know, I had about 20 responses on the giveaway, and at this point, I'm just going to call a winner, which is the one that was closest to them. Don't remember your name off the top of my head, although I did tell you who you are. It's in the comments. I'm going to also take all of the people who responded and raffle their name tomorrow and pull a winner. And I will give an additional prize away. I think your name was Sly something. Sly. Well, whatever it was, well, I'll need the info. You can get in touch with me on Messenger, on Facebook, in the Facebook group. If you want, you can text. I'll give you my number. If I don't really want to put my number up here though. So yeah, email or Messenger would be better for now. And I'll get your address information. We can talk. There are a couple options with the prize, so we can talk about it. Love and light. Sorry, one more thing. I feel like I got off topic and didn't finish that. So since there are two Earths, right, and the dark side is doing what they're doing, and the fifth dimensional Earth is already there. So all we need to do is keep our vibrations high, and as we start to unify and come together, as they start to leave, their side will get weaker. And as there are still more of us waking up and we're getting stronger, and as we come together, the balance is going to shift rapidly. As they're going down, we're going up. And when that happens, things change pretty quickly, you know, when things are going in two opposite directions. And that's what's happening right now. And the pace is accelerating. So we will start coming together now. You will start to meet people more like you. We have all been pretty alone out here, you know, in our respective areas as beacons of light. We will start to come together now. I believe that time is coming. So, love and light.